humanity survived. Our ancestors have destroyed the world, and we had to pay the price. With over 100 years without sunlight, but we have prepared ourselves for our chance to make things right. They stole from us a life of happiness. Still, we will make the best of it. Even though Mother Earth is grim and tainted, we have managed to survive. And we will keep surviving.
Yes, well, and here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new game I'm about to play with you. It's Endzone, A World Apart. Yes, another end time survival game, and yeah, I'm just going to play and explain something to you. I think I played the game for about 3 hours now. Not this game, but another game, and it looked quite nice. And I'm trying to keep my setups up here. So we're talking to Lucia. Looks like a good base to settle. We have something like a bus, a trailer, or a camp, mobile camper, and those are our people here. You know what we learned in the end zone: basic needs come first and foremost. We need to build up a water and food supply, and then so water and food supply means we have water here, and water over here. So while I'm doing that, I'm trying to explain a little bit about the game. But first, we need to have water. You can extract with those jetties. Key for rotation is R, which makes quite sense. And you need something like that, and you need a cistern for that. But first you have to have an eye on logistics. You can build some dirt roads like that to connect, so your settlers can move a little faster. There are quite some things you have to have an eye on. Let me turn that. Okay, let's have a break here. Okay, what you need, you have to build up water supply, and you have to build up food supply. And the whole game along, you have to keep that up. You have to really keep that up, because you are always facing periods of, as you see here down here, no rain, and even the whole lakes are drying out and something like that. And you have to have a lot of storage to get over those times. first the cistern is something like a storage. Then you have the jetty where the people pull water out of the lake. You can have the rainwater collector, which is collecting rain, which is oftenly, and that's something I really love about this game, which is oftenly radiated. You have that's the tab key. You have those maps over here, and you can see the radiation and the moisture in the ground moving. So it's not static, it's moving all time, and you can remove it, but you have to that's a real problem. You have to fight it at least. This is something you can here at tasks. You can remove radiation. It's quite tough thing. So what we do right now, we will get here. If you build a jetty like that, it will have a certain radius, something like that here. And to build another jetty over here, something doesn't make no sense because they will steal the water from each other. So you have to place them in a sensible order. So this will be at this lake. Maybe we can do another one here, and then this lake is done. We can place something here, and this lake. Okay, this is a lot larger lake, and what I think is that we will spread our settlement into this direction here, so we will have the lake in a good reach. What's quite cool is that we have a lot of deers and something like this here. What doe and dag and doe. Okay, we have a lot of wilderness over here, so that's something we can use for food. And yeah, okay, start. We will have water and the cistern over here. Again, R key. Can do that. So that's something like water supply. They can build it. You see over here, this is the resources we got. This is what we have in stock, and we really need to build up production chains for that. Production chain is we have some scrap piles over here. All over the map, you have those scrap piles. You have ruins, and so you can harvest over there. So this is the right now this is the only limited source in the game, scrap. You have a lot, so you can really play a long time. What I have heard is that they will pump that up so you can get scrap from missions and something like that. So for everybody who realized that little break, I had a phone call, sorry for that. So yeah, that scrap is limited. Right now our people are going out to build up one, but you can see here if anything is missing. So we don't have any wood, we don't have any scrap, something. So at the construction yard right now, but that will happen. What you have to do is to manage work. You need workers. So right now, if we want to construct something, we need constructors, we need water carriers. This is something really basic. You need to have an eye on your workers because they are not refilled automatically. So if a water carrier dies, it's gone. You can't, the game will not fill up from settlers. So you have to do that manually. And what's even interesting is you have, there may be times you will have to change between the jobs. So if you are short on water, maybe you have to get some scrap collectors or refiners over to water carriers. makes the game very interesting, I think. So there's water. We need food. First thing you can do is something like that. A fishing hut. You need to get rid of that pile of scrap. Now the scrapyard is one of the most important things. And it makes sense to watch where you have scrap to get. I think it makes some sense to place it here, because that will be empty quite quickly, I think, and then the people go here, and from here they go to the location you are marking. And as you see, we have a lot of scrap in that area, so it really makes sense to place the yard over here. Don't forget to connect there. You see, this is radiation over here, so before they can start to construct anything here, they will have to remove the radiation. So we have scrap, we have that thing. We need to get that one away, so we get a fishing hut. As we cannot do that right now, we can build a hunting lodge because of all of this here. And well, get 6. Can do that. And yeah, I think that's okay. So it seems that we are quite well done right now. We have 2 more people. The maximum the water carriers and any other is set by how many buildings you have. For every water building, you get more water carriers. For every well you build, you will have to have a well keeper. Wells are quite important because, you know, it's said in the description. A well, it produces water slowly, but even during a drought, that's very, very important. You have to have a lot of wells, and you have to keep an eye on where do you place the wells, because they don't have to touch each other's area. This you can moist your fields with. The water tower is cool because you can have a charcoal filter in it, so you can filter radiation from the water. That's quite cool too. So, bam. You see, if you give speed to them, they are quite fast, those little guys. You see that? That's our water carriers, and it will not take long until we get the first task. They will be shown down here. So if our settlers are unhappy, hungry, starving, something like that. Look at that. Whee! Look at that. So this is yeah. This is what I told you already. You have to manage personnel by yourself. The building is ready, but you don't have a hunter. See that here? So you're not right now, as I place 5 people for building. I think because that's the only thing we are building right now. We are well up with 3 builders, and so we can have 2 hunters. And yeah, what we need look at that. Just 1 less, and we need a scrap collector. You really have to manage. I think I got about something like, oh, you know, 80 people or something like that. And I played it the first time. Keep an eye on, I always forget that, keep an eye on this here. That's the weather forecast. And if you're closing to a drought, you will have to get a lot of water carriers and see that you can storage water. Well, a water tower. So you need plastics and charcoal for that we don't have right now. Cistern. So a cistern, you always need to have. You can have a water collector, but you need to know that rain is oftenly radiated. So that yard isn't ready. You see, you can change the work field, and I think I will do that one because I want to have that one removed. I want to have a fishing hut down here and another jetty over here, so we have a good place to get food and water over here. So a well could be quite good right now. I think we could do it over here. What we need, we just don't need only the well, we need another cistern for that. And what I said before, we will try to spread our settlement to over here, because that's the Great Lake over here. So we have short distances. So look at that. What's he saying? Look at that. The storage capacity of this building is running low. So that's bad, because we need to have a lot of water. You hear the roaring of the deers over here. Stag. Stag roar. So look at the personnel. We have 2 more settlers. As we have a well over there, we need a well keeper. Keep it up well built. And I think a scrap, because scrap is one of the most important resources right now. Wood will be the next, I think. And as you can see, the scrapyard has cleared the area almost. And so we can build our fishing hut over here. Oh, there and there. Over there. That's what we can do. That's what we can do. So don't forget logistics. over there, and maybe we can't. That okay? That's more scrap. We can here have a row of civilian buildings living. Okay, and here that task is we have homeless settlers. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. You see here season 4 as we're proceeding. Homeless settlers means you have to build housings. There are 3 kinds of housings. The cabin, which is something like a little hut. We have the sturdy house. We need plastics for that. We don't have. And we have the shelter. The shelter differs from the other 2. Here this is a housing for families, so they will reproduce. And here they will not. So if you want to grow your population, you have to have those. And if you just want to have a housing for people, you can do that. You need to get a balance between those. You have to build shelters because you don't want your population to grow that fast as it could, because you will not be able to support them with water and food as fast as they need it. So you can see here nearby resources. It's shown over here. That means in the current selected area there are 144 scrap. So this is here. We could leave it like here, but we need those that space over here, so we will change the work field over here, and look at that, we have 640. That's quite okay. I don't know, scrap pile. Okay, maybe it would be much wiser to have that one done before, because that's the range we want to settle. So this is that you see that one white will happen in the later game. That will not happen. You will always have something to manage over here. I promise. Build and repair. Build and repair. And boost their confidence. Yeah, that's something that makes sense, to upgrade the bus to a yeah, what say, a town hall maybe. We call it like that. So what we need right now is some shelter. I think we will start over here. So right now this is because we don't have enough builders to do that. Just ignore it. We need to have more cabins, because our population will not raise if we're not doing it. Right now you see here are scrap collectors. They have long ways. Again, seems to be full of water. You see that, and you see that. As long as it's white, it's okay. You see, now wood is wanted. It's resources. Wow, what's going right now? I think we can do that. No, can do that over here, and you see the walking field of that one over here, and you can change the walking field of this one also, for sure. So let's speed it up a little bit. You see cabins growing. You see numbers dropping down here, and you see there could be living more people. And you see those, well, yeah, children too. You see, we have built a cabin right now, and in the instant moment of that, they did 2 babies. So those have to be twins, I think. It should be like that. And this is how you make your population growing. You have to do that early, because your adults are growing old, and if you have only old adults in your game, they won't reproduce anymore. And you need to young adult. Samuel and Lucia, adult and young adult. Hey, he made it. Sorry. Yeah. You need to reproduce. Not too fast. So, as we have done that, I really recommend that you have more water than you need. That's imminent, because you don't have more water than you need, but you just don't know it. What do I want to say with that? Have a lot of water and have a lot of food, because those droughts and no rain periods will be long, and they will come often, and they will hit you real hard. I don't have any forest. Yeah. I have to accept that. Sometimes you just have to accept something. So you don't have a forester right now, so you won't get any wood. But right now you have we have other problems. Okay, for the forest is large, we need wood. That's that's quite cool, because we don't have any wood. This is a problem you can solve by this one. Tasks. You can gather wood. Order settlers to gather wood. You can do that, but you have to have settlers for that. We don't have any settlers right now. But as we have a lot of water right now, I think we can get one water carrier. And so someone at least will have time to gather wood. Maybe we can have another hunter. Those 2 people will start to gather wood, even if there is no forester shack. No completed forester shack. And this is something I will... what? Our people are living on the streets, chief. We shouldn't let anyone sleep outdoors. Honestly, yeah, let's do it. So we have another task. Build 2. We have... I don't know if we have any time limitations. I don't think so. So we are under constructing a 5 and we need 8. No wood. So look at that, we have 3 wood already. Grab. Construction progress, we need more wood. You see, we have 3 coming already. See, there are only 2 people in. 5 would be fitting, so it's family life over here. Look at that. That's quite interesting because always the male one is the adult and the female one is the young adult. Okay. We will be leaving that uncommented. Or without commentary. Right now they are the game is I think prioritizing the buildings because this is a food or water building and they want to build that one first. We can't, but we can prioritize that one. We can say build next. You have to build this one next. Everything we are getting is going into this hut. And it should. Okay, everybody. I hope that has given a little insight of the game. I will keep playing that one, and it's a lot more fun than the game I played before, because it's much more obvious and a little bit forgiving than the last one. I like it, and I want to keep playing it, and you see every Monday a new session of that one. I hope you enjoyed the game and the video. If you have to say anything about it, be so kind and leave a comment and leave anything you want. Okay. See you next time on Monday. Bye bye.